Don't you go anywhere, viewers. We'll have more of the Blokes World Chariot GP a bit later in the show. But right now, let's cross down to Brisbane to meet up with John and Tom. And they're about to set off on the great race. G'day, John. Welcome back to Blokes World.
Eddie, good to see you.
Mate, good to see you again. Hey, it's that time of the year. I had it marked in the calendar. The great race. It's always around this time of the year.
It's coming up June, man.
Mate, you must be getting excited.
We're all ready. The car's in Minnesota, ready to go.
Fantastic. Now, can you tell our viewers a bit about this yearly pilgrimage that you guys seem to do every year?
Yeah, we love it. It's 140 old cars. We start in a different place every year, finish in a different place. This year it's Minnesota, St. Paul, down to South Carolina. We head south down through Iowa and Illinois into Kentucky, where we head west towards West Virginia and Virginia. We head south again to North and South Carolina. It's going to be great. Going to see some beautiful country.
We should explain it too. It's not as if is it a timed race? Because everyone seems like they're just cruising and having a great time. And
it's more a technical thing. No digital assistance is required. The start of every day we're given some paper instructions which we've got to follow. The race director has set a course that he's run digitally in the past and come up with a specific time that if you follow those instructions to the T, you should do each of the 5 stages in every day at a particular time. If you nail it, you've got an ace. Now that's the holy grail.
So they issue there's 160 cars, right? And everyone goes out from at 1 minute intervals. So if your car 140, you're going out 140 minutes after the start time, which might be 9 a.m.
Yep.
So your start time might be 11.
Yep.
But the start time changes for each car each day. They mix it up. And so, if you're car 20, you're pretty early. So, you're up, you're getting your race instructions,
yep.
Which for me as a navigator, I've got to go get that half an hour before our start time, and that's all I've got. I've got half an hour to go over there. So, I generally go and grab that as early as physically possible. Tell John not to talk to me because I'm too busy marking up and looking at the instructions and seeing what's got coming, because there's a fair bit of mathematical equation to it, because it's without going too technical. You're talking about it's a controlled time rally, and you're basically going from point A to point B, and there's an exact time that you're supposed to do this in. And if you are too quick or too slow, you lose points. So you get a time variance at the end.
Now the guy at the end of the 10 days who ends up with the less time variance, he's a winner. There's a $50,000 US check for the winners, and look, it's always the grand champions that win it, the real experts, the guys who've been doing it for years. We're in the sportsman division. There's grand champions, there's ex-cup guys who are the young kids who are mentored. They come in, are given through the year, are gifted an old wreck, and they build it up with a bit of mentoring from people through the year, and so that brings a lot of young blood into the event, which is lovely. Gives the event some longevity and some extra interest. But yeah, it's such a great event.
For the 5th time, the Sharks from Fairport, New York are grand champions with a 1-minute overall score for the entire great race in 2024.
I've been looking at your footage, and it looks like it is such a hoot of a week, And for someone to be that excited to go away on a holiday with their boss,
yeah,
it's unheard of.
Yeah, I know.
But you guys are like a team, aren't you, when you're out there on this race?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I've been working for John for 20 years now, so he's less of a boss, more of a mate. So certainly makes things a hell of a lot easier. And one of the key components of being quite successful in the race is very clear and pointed communication, which I think we work really well together, which I guess it shows why we've got such a good business relationship.
And the great thing about this as well is, not only you're in the middle of a race, but you're seeing some great parts of Mid-America, aren't you?
Yeah, look, the race director is a really interesting guy, but he puts so much effort into coming up with the most amazing course and sets you through some of the most amazing back roads of America. The race stops at a downtown place. you know, for lunch and at the end of the day, every day. There's a whole host of people in the background, timers, race callers, officials. So it's like a travelling show of about, you know, about 500 people moving across America all at once.
Like last year, the town that you started in, it looks like a Hollywood set of a 50s movie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, well, that's where the Bluegrass Museum.
That's it.
Yeah. So that was good. I mean, that's right up John's alley. So you know, he's a huge bluegrass fan, and so we got to go through the Hall of Fame and whatnot. But that was like again, the start of that was just amazing. You know, they had the whole street set up. You know, everyone's out. You know, people are out there. They're getting on the beers. It's such a great event.
But you've been checking out some fantastic car museums as well, and you get to drop in and see car collectors. So not only are you travelling with motoring enthusiasts, but you're actually dropping in and supporting small businesses and small museums.
They do that on purpose, of course, you know. But but alongside that, they're making it fun for the competitors as well. I mean, we've been through past the Ohio River, we've been through Amish country, we passed through where Woodstock was. We've been up through Crater Lake, the Columbia River, Lake Tahoe. They've taken us through some of the best roads in America. You know, very little interstate it's all just back roads, little tiny roads and up and over hills and things, and that kind of makes the event interesting. They've got us slowing down to 15 miles an hour in tight little areas. They put little hooks in there that keep you guessing and have you running around in circles in little back blocks sometimes. It's really, really interesting. You've got to be on your toes.
Now let's talk about your beast. Does it live over there?
It does. Bought it about 12 years ago from one of EDI's mechanical workshop contacts over there. Over the time, we've done bits and bobs to it. We basically rebuilt the old girl. We've got it down to a really reliable beast now. We reset the odometer back about 10 years ago at 0, and I think we're up to about 20,000 miles on it now, just cruising all around America in it, you know? Yeah.
That's so awesome. Hey, thanks for your time once again.
Awesome, Matty.
Have a great race this year.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, awesome.
All the best.
G'day viewers, got some good news, bad news for you. Bad news is we've got to go to a commercial break. But the good news is I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, EDI International Freight Management Company. They're an absolute legend bunch of blokes that really help Blokes World out and help us keep us on the air. But you want to know what they do? It's absolutely awesome. If you go to something like the Pomona Swap Meet over in America where everyone buys their old shells and their old hot rods, they will actually get it on a truck, get it shipped to San Francisco, get all your customs, asbestos, all your clearance paperwork. They'll get it in a container. Their containers are next level. They'll get it shipped right here to Brisbane. They'll get it on a truck and get sent to you. It's an absolutely awesome thing. Now, the other thing is if you can't make it overseas, what they do is they have scouts over there. So if you find a car, they can actually send other scouts out there to take a stack more photos, have a real good hard look at the car and the body, just in case you don't always get to see that stuff in photos. As well as that, if there's a car out there and you haven't found it, you can let them know, hey, I'm after a Mustang, or I'm after an old F100, and they'll go out there and with their contacts, they'll be able to find you one. They're an Australian company, they're absolutely awesome, they're based here in Brisbane and they're top blokes. Check them out online today.